What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of ladieswhobronche. I am Julissa.
What's up, everybody? This is SkittLeZ.
And this week, I am so fucking thrilled. We have a queer, latinx, Central American king in the house, Curly. Who the fuck are you?
I think that's perfect. I was like, I don't even know.
Okay, DJ. Okay, DJ.
Like a song
It's about to like funk master flex this whole fucking episode. Oh man!
I mean, that's kind of a deep-rooted question. Like, what are you? I don't know. I'm like a creator, artist. Like, I'm just here to rep the culture, be a part of the culture, and hopefully kind of just be remembered as somebody who's doing that.
Yes.
Amen. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of your work, I want to congratulate you. A lot of your work is very you. So there's none of your content where I'm like, oh, this is a content creator. This is another one of these Insta people. Absolutely not. I admire a lot of your content. First of all, your taste for fashion is fucking
so much. Thank you.
That's number one. Number two, your relationship with abuela. Like, I had lost my grandmother sophomore year of high school, and I had a really close relationship like that. So honestly, truly, every time I see these clips, like it really brings that up for me.
It's funny because like my Instagram is slowly becoming like, where's Gladys? I'm like, can I show you my outfit though? Damn. My outfit of the day, but where's Gladys though?
Because like, Gladys is fly. First of all, Gladys's fashion is fly.
Poppin', yeah,
like,
she's poppin'.
So tell me a little bit about your relationship with her.
So my abuelita is like literally one of my best friends in the entire world. It gets a little difficult because, you know, my dad always used to say that, and my grandma says too, que como nosotros venimos de El Salvador, right? There's a lot of volcanoes there. So my grandma says que nosotros venimos de los faldas del volcán. So we're from like the skirts of the volcano. And we're volcano people. That's how we were always raised. So it gets hard sometimes because we are both lava. We're all like lava volcano entities and spirits. So it gets a little weird, but for the most part, we are so tight. We have a fire for life. We have a zest for life. We just want to wear funky clothes, huge jewelry. Yeah. Say whatever the fuck we want to say. Like, my grandma the other day was like, oh, dime de tu novio, ¿cómo te...? Oh, thank you.
No, you're good.
Just kidding.
We know where this episode's going.
Mi abuelita was like, oh, dime de tu novio, ¿ya te destripó la piñata? Yeah. And I was like, destripó. Such a beautiful word. Yeah. Like, cause we don't really have like an English equivalent, right? But just talking about destripar. Yeah. I don't know if you have had that happen to you before. But it's great. Like, I get to talk to her. We get to say these things. She used to let me play with Barbies when my parents didn't let me. She'd be like, your mom gets out at 5, put those Barbies away by 4, 3:30. Like, she was like low key like an ally and a supporter. I mean, I always joke because when I came out, she did the whole thing like, I'm a niño, and like crying and like, oh, she was sad that I was gay. But then like with low key would turn around and be like, you want to play with some Barbies? Which one do you want to do my makeup? So I never know if she was saying that to put up a front for the family, right? Or if it's just like how she felt. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. And it just seemed, I mean, like the bond is evident. It's really, really beautiful.
Thank you so much. It's so funny that that's the thing that people like the most, and I love that because it's a real genuine thing. Yeah. And not trying to be exploitive in any sort of way. No. Like some of my earliest videos, like in 2011, like when I used to watch SkittLeZ on YouTube and I was uploading, like my earliest videos were always with my abuelita. That's who I was with. I was at her house every single day. I think she's the one who like raised me a lot of the time. And I grew up in Hollywood, right? So like I would always just go to her house every day. Like we had our apartment, but then when my parents were like, we're moving to Palmdale, which is like an hour and a half away, I would always just go to my abuelita's house and be at her house.
Nice. And so what got you so, you know, you're one of the best things BuzzFeed has going on.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
I've always been really curious. So what was your journey there?
Well, a lot of people know because I always talk about how I wanted to be a designer. I wanted to be an artist. So when I graduated high school, I kind of, as I get older, I recognized why I didn't go to college. And it was because I had like a lot of anxiety. I didn't know how to take the SATs. I didn't know that you had to take classes to take the SATs. So by the time all my classmates were like, we're going to college. We took the SATs. We got accepted. I was like, shit, I didn't even, what am I going to do? So I hit the floor running. Like, I knew I wanted to be an artist. So, like, once I graduated, there's like a local fashion school out here called FITM. It's super, it's like popular.
It's like the FIT of LA.
Yeah, but I basically sold my soul to go there. I was like, I have no money. So I took out all these loans. I signed away my life. I was 16, 17. I'm like, yes, just get me into the school. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just,
Yeah.
So I went there. And I would bang on doors. I would bang on like anybody. I'd be like, I just want to work for you. Can I work for you? So I went to go work for like David LaChapelle, who's a huge photographer.
Yes.
And then from there, I went to go work with Jeremy Scott. And I would literally...
Come on, just name drop.
But I was getting paid. I was getting paid like close to nothing working at these spaces. And I'm this young Latino queer kid from LA. And all I knew was that I needed to get my foot in the door, right? And then I was like, I'm going to leave. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to try to like be this designer. And... it was different. We didn't have social media in the same way that we have now. Like, there wasn't a lot of ways that people could support you. Fashion was different, and then fashion changed all of a sudden. Fashion went from, like, you know, I'm wearing, like, Versace or Chanel, and you can afford this shit, to being like, why am I going to spend all that money on a fucking Chanel jacket? I can get the $13 version at Forever 21. You know what I mean? So it changed, because all of a sudden I was like, I make dresses, and and they're like, we don't give a fuck. Like... so I would have to take all these crazy temp jobs, and every temp job led me to like the next thing. I ended up temping at a place that made me the receptionist. The HR person at that, I love that place, by the way. They're like a huge part of my success. The HR person at that place was like, I'm going to Buzzfeed. I'm going to this place called Buzzfeed. Come through. And so I'm like, okay. Like, I kind of knew what Buzzfeed was. I laughed at their listicles. I show up, it was the worst job like I had ever gotten. Like, I hated it. Like, they were like, you're gonna be the receptionist, and I got there and there were no phones. Like, nobody had a phone. So I'm like, what the fuck am I? They were like, well, we got a canteen, you gotta stock all the snacks, make sure everything is nice, you gotta clean the kitchen, scrub things down, like pasa un trapo por ahí, like do everything. So that's where I spent most of my time. A lot of times people were like, you didn't sign in the kitchen. I'm all, bitch, think of where you remember me in early Buzzfeed days. I was opening the door for you to be like, welcome, come in, can I get you anything in the kitchen? And that's where I was. So I kind of got really lucky that it was kind of like the golden era for like BuzzFeed content, and there's a lot of like new creators, new people, and I was like, people think I'm one of the first ones, but every video that you saw me in back in the day, I was still in the kitchen.
Wow.
So I would be like serving their food, like putting their food out, putting the food away, making sure there's food out, putting the sodas in, opening the door for guests to come in, figure out where people were going to park, popping in for a video, talking about like, I fucking love dick, popping out. And it was like, but the thing that helped was that the comments, the public, they were like, who's that motherfucker with the crazy hair who's talking about sucking dick all the time? They're talking about, and they made it so that people were like, people are watching this kid. Yeah. So more people started to include me in their videos. And then Ella, who's like one of my favorite people in the entire world, who's a producer there, she was like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I think I want to move out of the kitchen at some point. And she was like, done. Within the month, I was out. Like, wow. Nice. I was like, I didn't know how to use a camera. I didn't know anything. People were already a part of the journey and kind of like investing and being like, who's this gay kid? Who's this queer kid? Like, what's happening? But I didn't know how to do anything, you know? Mm-hmm. So that was kind of like the way that I got started. And then ever since then, it's just been me kind of just like rolling with it, like not really knowing what the next step is, knowing what I want, but being like, I don't know. Yeah. But I didn't know this was going to happen, so we'll get there somehow. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Mm-hmm. So, yes. I mean, even talking to Kat on the way here, Kat Lazo's.
Yeah, Kat Lazo's. Yes.
Kat's in the house.
On the way here, Kat was, I was just talking to her about everything and being like, what is the thing? Like, it's just always a constant journey. Like, what's happening? What's next? What's going on?
100%. My sister always tells me this thing. She's like, remember the why. Like, why did you get here? Like, you didn't, it wasn't by surprise, right? So what was the thing? What was the trigger that got you here? And that's the thing that should always, like, propel you forward and keep you excited.
I love that. Because if I ask myself what the why was, I'm a fucking hard worker. I'm a hustler at that. I'm a gangster at that. Yeah. But I'm fucking funny, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, you are.
So it's like, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I like that.
So, Curly, we want to start you off asking you, what is your favorite brunch plate?
It depends on who. Sorry, I looked at your eyelashes and your makeup, and then there's this like phallic microphone. It depends on who I'm with, because if I'm hanging out with like, if it's like an Americanized brunch, or is it like with like Salvi folk, like if for me, if you were to be like, what do you want to go eat? I'm like, I want to go eat plátano fritos, like. Yes. I want to have my sopa de pata. Sopa de pata is like a Salvadorian like tripe soup, like tripa, and then they put. Oh, my mouth is watering. And then they put like the fucking cow's foot in it, like in it. And that's it. And that's my jam. And then I have my cafe, I have my tortillas, and that is like my ideal breakfast. But of course, if I like go with like American people, I'm like, oh, I'll have the eggs Benedict, and I mean, those eggs are popping too, you know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna ask me what do I want, my boyfriend right now is like, damn, you want Salvadorian food again? I'm like, yes, motherfucker, again, let's go.
You know, I feel the same way about a plate of rice and beans.
Really?
And call me Puerto Rican as fuck, but I will eat a plate of rice and beans any fucking day.
Yes. We call that casamiento. Do you guys mix it in together?
Yeah. We make it separately. We cook it together, honestly.
Moro.
Moro.
Yeah,
we call it casamiento, like marriage. Because for us, like, we'll have, in our breakfast, we have frijoles and crema fresca. I don't know if the crema is a boy or a girl, guys.
Cremex.
Exactly.
Wait, copyright that shit before someone.
So I don't know, but yeah, I don't think we do some rice, a little bit of rice, but that sounds bomb. What about you? What do you like?
So I was gonna say, I'm a plátano girl. Me and Skittles are at odds. I like rice and beans, but I don't love it. So like, if I can avoid rice and beans, I'd rather have a plátano.
I actually, when I go have brunch with people, I go eat anywhere. Even with my boyfriend, I always order 2 orders of plátano because I'm like, I'm not sharing. I'm not doing that. I don't want to.
I hate when people want to take either your maduros or your fritos. I'm like, bro, like get your own. These are not fries. They give you less.
I know, for real. They give you less. You know, Salvi people, we only have them frito. Like we only have them. That's y'all call that
tostones.
No, tostones. So tostones are the hard ones that are deep fried, right?
Yes.
And then maduros are like the
sweet
ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that's us. That's
okay.
Yeah. Oh, my mouth is trying to hold in all the saliva. But we do plátano like a usual, like a typical Salvadorian breakfast. It's like eggs with tomato and bell peppers chopped in, little onions, 2 pieces of like plátano maduro, you call it, and then aguacate and the cheese, a big block of cheese, and frijoles.
Yes,
you know, and cremex.
That just
it's so good. So good. But rice, you know.
Yes.
I'm here for rice.
You know, I mean, I'm not only all right. Let me not say just a plate of rice. It has to have the beans. All right.
You like pollo guisado.
I love. But I'm talking. Yes. So I'm getting flustered. I'm getting flustered. You need to change out the meat, like, cause like sometimes I want a chuleta frita, sometimes I want pollo guisado, carne guisado. You know, I'm all about, you know, switching it up, fried fish. But but that rice and beans portion, or the arroz con gandules, or the arroz y habichuela, that is my. You can give me that, and I will be.
We tried pupusas for
yes,
for the
we
first
did.
time.
We tried pupusas today, thanks to Jenny Lowe.
Yeah, with Jenny
Lorenzo.
She brought you pupusas for the first time.
She brought us pupusas for the first time. Yes, and they were so good.
I feel some type of way that I just tasted it now.
Much.
Yeah,
my mouth is watering.
Yeah.
That's my jam. That's my jam. I like have to stop ordering that shit because we have. I'll have it like Uber Eats in New York. Right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
it's like Uber Eats. I just fuck it up. I just get all these pupusas, yuca frito, because we have yuca frita también, but we eat it with curtido, which is what you eat the pupusas with. That like cabbage.
Yeah, that cabbage. Yeah,
that's just my jam.
Yes.
I'm so happy that Jenny brought that stuff for you.
Yeah, it was so delicious.
Jenny's dope. Jenny, you know, we started at Buzzfeed at this very similar time.
Yeah.
And she was an intern and I was in the kitchen, and I'll never forget it. There wasn't a lot of Latin content at the time, and Jenny was kind of like pioneering it at Buzzfeed, and they were like, we don't know, like they were pushing back on, not Buzzfeed as a company, but there are people that worked there that were pushing back on superiors, right? I'm using quotes. So she did this video, and it was about Salvador Gigante, and I was in it, and they made her cut it out. She was so upset. She was crying. Aww. She was like, I gotta go for like a walk. And so we went for a walk around the block, and I'll never forget it. I was like, this is an intern, and I'm the receptionist, right? The receptionist, and I don't know what interns get paid here, so I'm like, I'm gonna take her out to lunch. So I like paid for our lunch together, and it meant like I felt like I was like putting something towards a relationship that would connect us for the rest of our lives. Like I knew we were gonna be a part of each other's life for forever. until this day, she's like my sister, like one of like my favorite people.
Beautiful.
She just did an event on like YouTube. She's like, come through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she brings all these different people together, and I hit her up immediately when I got home, and I was like, I legit want to thank you for thinking of me. Like, it means the world to me that you are like that, like, no se olvidó de mí. You know what I mean? Like, everywhere she goes, she's like, oh, Curly, what's up? What's good?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I fucking love her. And look, she's repping the culture
Repping
now.
the culture. And she made sure.
She specifically, like, because we had recorded a Ladies Who Brunch episode one day and then recorded the video the other day. And at the recording, she was like, yeah, have you guys ever had pupusas? I'm gonna call Curly. We're gonna figure out like where the best
one.
Which one's the best.
She didn't call me.
But we had some banging.
She had some banging ones.
Wherever she picked.
Where'd she get it from? In the valley or?
I have no idea.
Did you all go to her
yeah,
place?
to her house.
Yeah,
Somewhere
it was at
near
her
her
place.
house.
In the valley.
Yeah, so
they have bomb ass shit out there.
Yeah.
Yes. So with your brunche, you said that you wanted cafe, I think. But what is your other bebida that you'll have with brunch?
I thought you were gonna surprise me with some coffee right now. I was like, oh my god, that's my jam.
Cafecito.
I don't drink. So cafe. I don't drink and I don't do any drugs anymore. So like cafe for me is like it's my drug. I can feel it when that caffeine hits. You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's like it's super happy.
Yes.
What was your question? What was my other thing?
What's your other brunche bebida?
Oh, honestly, I don't have another one. Like
yeah,
I just
cafe
love
is it.
coffee. Like I'm like,
are we an iced coffee? Are we a cold brew? Are we
I always tell people I like my coffee the way I used to drink my vodka. Just like straight up black. Give it to me cold. Give it to me lukewarm. Give it to me hot as fuck. Like back when I used to drink my vodka and shit, I was like, I don't give a fuck if it came in a plastic container, if it's coming in a little thing. I don't care a fuck if it's in a water bottle. I just want to get fucked up. So now with coffee, I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't care what kind of coffee it is, just give it to me. I just want to get my little high. Like,
yes,
you know?
I love that.
That's my shit.
And so, what was it like when you used to go out to eat when you were a kid?
Oh, so we're from Hollywood, and then my parents were like, we want to buy a house, and there was like a house boom in this place called Palmdale. So they moved us out there, but we would still go to school every single day to Hollywood. It was like an hour and a half drive every single day. So my mom was like working, my dad worked, my mom was like a cashier at a 99 cent store for a long time, and then she became a phlebotomist, like she would take blood. And then my dad I never know what my dad was doing, I just knew he was like bringing home the bread, right?
Right.
Or doing his best to do it. But my mom never really cooked for us, so she was like, what do you guys feel like? Burger King, McDonald's, Yoshinoya, like what are we doing? And so we did eat out a lot. We did go out to like the McDonald's spots, but you were asking like what my favorite thing was,
or no,
like,
just what was that experience like? Like, yeah, I mean, what was your favorite?
I kind of miss it because like the only people that cooked for us were my abuelitas, either my dad's mom, which is Gladys, or my abuelita Tere. They were the only ones that cooked with us. Because then it was hard. Like my mom had to deal with 2 kids and a husband, so I always think that counts as 3 kids.
Yes.
And so my mom every time would be like, Mom, ¿qué vamos a comer? ¿Qué vas a cocinar? She's like, estes niños tanto que chingan, like they bother so much. And now I get it, because now I come home after work and I'm like, my dog's like, can we go for a walk? I'm all, this dog. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, we go for a walk. But no, it was definitely a thing. Now I don't really fuck with fast food anymore though. Like now I'm like, I did that in my youth. Like I do like going to restaurants. That's one of my favorite things now, because I can't really go to like bars and shit. Like I can't really go to things, so I have to figure out how to stay busy and how to get out of the house, right? So new restaurants, new spots, like I'm all about it. Like that's like my jam.
Yeah.
Y yo te como de todo. Like I'm not like
the first guest we had on so far. Todo el mundo es vegan.
Yeah, this
which
entire
I totally
week.
love and respect,
yeah.
But I still have not made that transition in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm just
no.
like, I don't know what to feed
I'm
you.
gonna. I know. I'm gonna try to go vegan for a month though, for like just to see it.
So are we, and SkittLeZ
really?
is not looking
So
forward
are
to
we.
it.
Wait, really? Yeah.
In June
Yes,
we're doing
a fitness challenge
Oh my
thing.
God,
yeah.
We're doing it
more
in
to
May.
come.
Oh, see?
Nice.
Oh my god! So you're gonna have to give us some pointers because I am freaking out. Like,
wait, are you like a big meat eater? Are you like a big?
I am just a big eater. Period.
Yesterday he's like, oh well, you know, like I like bacalao. I was like, vegans don't eat. I was like, vegans don't eat bacalao, baby. And like, they don't eat cheese either. He goes, oh
my God. Damn. You know what though? There's a lot of good vegan food out there.
There is. I really want him to taste some more stuff because I do think there's a misconception.
Oh, maybe we can go tonight after the show. There's a
love it
spot
because I really need him to try something because I feel like he's about to quit on me.
Yeah.
Really not
I've literally like brought it up like 3 times and like our moments of like just being able to relax. I'm like, so we really about to do this?
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's hard, but that's the thing too that I always think like as ethnic folk, like it gets hard because like we're so used to our food. Like for me, honestly, the main reason why I haven't gone vegan yet is my mom makes a bomb ass sopa de res, right? And she puts the rabo in it, like the oxtail, and she just goes ham on it, and I'm like, there's no way
I'm not gonna eat that. Yeah,
I'm not gonna eat that. Like I have to do that. But you know, vegan food doesn't necessarily always mean healthy food either, to be honest. So like, which sounds delicious to me. Right. So you're gonna have a great time. Like you're gonna love it. Like my favorite thing to order is the fucking like hot wing cauliflower.
Ooh.
Like it's greasy as
really
fuck.
good.
They fry that shit. It's hot wing. It's popping. It's good.
Yes.
You know, and you save a few chickens every now and then.
Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
I think like our whole thing is like we were talking about how if you just cut down a little bit of your meat, it changes like the world. If more people did it, it would change like the world drastically.
Yeah.
Like pollution, lives, like all these different things. So I'm like, all right, maybe I can try to train myself to be off of it more and just wait for the sopa to come around. Go ham on the sopa. I mean, it's just hard. Christmas and Thanksgiving, Salvadorians, we make panes con pollo, panes con gallina. So we don't or pan con pavo. So we don't necessarily make like giant turkeys to make giant turkeys. We make these giant turkeys with like sauce, and they're super moist, and it just comes off of the bone. And then we make sandwiches, and with the sandwiches, they're like, and I think Mexican people, we call them pan francés. Mexican people call it bolillos. Do you guys have words for that? Like it's like the pan that looks like
we say pan de agua because sometimes they make it like out of water, or sometimes they pan de mantequilla if it's made with butter. Yeah.
Okay, so then we put it in. We put like a little bit of lettuce in there, like, and we make like a coleslaw for it. Like it's popping. Yes. But again, I can't miss out on that shit. I wait all year long for that shit.
Yeah, 100%. Well, vamos a ver, we will embark in this journey. So, while you're eating, what is your favorite chisme, bochinche? What's that other one?
Chambre. What's your favorite chambre?
Oh, it depends. Like for real, like, are we talking about like life stuff? It depends. Like, who had a baby?
I mean, technically, me and Julissa always love to talk about dick.
Me
so.
it comes up. Somehow.
Me too. Why is dick just so good?
Because like, we enjoy it.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's honestly, I think it's nature. It's the way the universe, whether it's God, Buddha, whatever the fuck you believe in, gave this species this, organ that is just an incredible organ that does incredible things.
It's a really
nice. How could you not?
When I hear straight guys talking, they're like, that pussy, that gushy stuff. I'm like, ew. Like, it's super like, it doesn't do the same. It doesn't do the same. Not that pussies aren't beautiful.
No.
No offense to all the pussies out there.
I love it. I'm here for the pussy, but just not like in the way that I'm here. Exactly. Like I just want dick on my face, on my cheeks, on my neck. You know what I mean? Like, I wish you could see my face. Oh, you can't see my face. I just looked up at the ceiling and it's